Yo, 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 yo. What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Is Reborn into the building? Yeah, guys. Sorry, I'm just sending people invite. A- Anyway, guys, it's Reborn into the building. And today, what I want to discuss, like today, guys, I really want to get this out of my chest. I know, but currently I'm busy and even working on my videos. So yeah, it will take a lot of time. Also, guys, don't worry. I'll be making the SDW soon because right now I need to get lit a few project. And after that I need to do a lot of stuff into the production, into the studio and more. But the only thing I need to do, I need to like make thumbnails and a lot of things, bro. So it's gonna be an hour for that video. So by all means, yous, I'm gonna ask you this. So how's everyone going? You good? I hope you live your lives well and hope you stay in a good maintain focus with your energy and have good meditation. Because I need to say this, because the world going insane now these days. Your hobby being taken away, your good amount of music being ruined by a frequency, and what is it? The higher push up of the media trying to like force you down your throats and trying to like break courage. And also for people with religion and type of stuff, it's kind of, disarming and it's not that good. And guys, let me tell you this, people with religion, they can do whatever they want. But the media trying to like embrace, you can't like have you're religious and also they want to hate what you are, then it's good to like tell the truth about it because what is it? What is it? The media and generation now these days. I'm talking about the media. You see how the media trying to like ruin a lot of kids shows, video games. What is it now? Sports. They want every type of ideology. Then you know what your um gender is, and you know what who you are, but you don't need to just shove it down your throat and all these type of nonsense, which ain't cool. Ain't cool at all. And also, what is it? Yeah, I can understand many people, oh, they can't have like this type of opinion or another type of opinion, but reality is when it comes to majority, you guys accepted majority of people not happy. Like how, what is it? How the way changing. And especially with what is it right now, that including like our state, UK and US with the gender problem and gender issues, and it's getting out of control. Because you need to accept who you are in the beginning with since was the early days and also to this day now. You need to accept yourself. You can't be running and lying about your past. It's not that good for your normal life. Oh, yeah. Sorry about that, Revenant. Hey
That's cool.
guys, so Revenant's into the building. So yeah. Um, Revenant, I was saying before on my live stream, I was discussing my opinions and many more what's going on and how this gender ideology getting control. And also we want what is it? For our discussion, we want to talk about, Central, where should the IP should go along. And also what is it about the Doja Cat situation, and that's it. So yeah, so my personal opinion, and please do listen. I'll tell you this, guys. Right now, um, I'm fully working on something, so the intro video's got to be taking time for my half because right now I'm working on a, a lot of things. So the only thing I can do is I can drop out any requests of full extended version of remix if you want to. But right now, I'm I'm basically working on some other topic, and also right now I got a podcast with RevenantRemnant. But today, yeah, let me tell you a good thing. Today, I will discuss about the Central situation, which is great, and we got our future along called RevenantRemnant that me and him gonna start discuss about the Central and plan how what is it personal what our opinion is, and today it is only me, but I will say this, everybody. So my personal podcast, and even it's gonna be featured Revenant, and it's gonna be on his opinion and my opinion. So my podcast is gonna be about why Embrace Group should have me like why Embrace Group should give the IP to Hangar 13 Studio or Hunger 13 Studio, whatever the developer studio is. Why Embrace Group should hand over the Central IP to Hunger 13 Studio, not others, not Deep Silver. And personally, in my opinion, that needs to work, and that should be the only thing that can save it around probably around 7 years. Then, because we can't like even though we got Revenant here, we can't have like developers that don't know open world game and don't know the best quality to create open world game and learning to ignore the community. Because for me, in my opinion, y'all, Hunger 13 is the only way that can make Saints Row as a good open world game, open world crime game, gang warfare.
Oh, it's
Instead,
actually called Hangar 13.
yeah, Hangar 13. Yeah,
Yeah.
type of weapon, Hangar 13. Because Hangar 13 is good at, with the open world and a lot of things. Because personally, here's my problem. Personally, right now, Revenant, I will say this. Media, also these big ass YouTuber, young here, and also, what else? Little few of the fake dumbasses right now trying their best to make Deep Silver of as a popular to blame. Let me say this.
Oh yeah, they're shifting the blame to Deep Silver.
Yeah, let me say this, Revenant, because even though we not stupid, and I not stupid, and also King Turk, Damon Woody, what is it, Cut Footballer, Flippy. I know y'all gonna watch this, but please listen, Jim Patchy too, right? Remember this YouTuber? I would say House Hexagon, right? Do you know Alex Hexagon, right?
Yeah, I know him. He actually
Yeah,
makes good videos.
yeah. Remember, let me say this, Remnant. Remember how he trying to warn us, and including you, and and even me. Remember how he trying to warn us to the get go and the first start, like Deep Silver and Volition don't give two damn about the fans, especially Deep Silver, because I look in history. Well, guys and everybody, let me say this, y'all. Personally, it's your money, you can spend it. But let me tell you the most thing about those companies. I'll tell you about Volition Deep Silver, y'all. I'm gonna be real. Volition Deep Silver, especially Deep Silver, they're not a good company at all. They don't give a damn about you. They don't care about you. They're just not interested in what the community's saying. They care what their own greenness and what is the journalist needs, not your needs. To be honest,
Whatever
personally,
they think will make the money.
yeah, exactly. And let me say this, Reverend, if I actually go on gamers and if you type in Rise and the Fall of Homefront, if you take the original Homefront, it got its source material. I like the original one because I didn't play it. But it used to be very good and badass because I didn't play it. I take a look at the gameplay, the way gameplay before in PS3.
I played the
But
second one, the sequel. I never
yeah,
played the first one though.
yeah. Apparently, what is it? Homefront, like from the original from the years ago, it was joy people like it, but it's got like amount of flaws. So do you know what Deep Silver do, guys? You want Deep Silver told the developers for what is it after the next sequel? Deep Silver went and tell these developers then they're not allowed to like have communication with the community. I'm Deep Silver.
Jinpachi told me he's backstage.
So
So you might see it. Okay.
yeah, yeah. So Deep Silver told the original developers from Homefront they're not like, engaged with community. And guys, we are all seeing what Deep Silver done to Dead Island 2. We all seen it in the first ice in 2014. We all seen it. They don't care. And thanks for Chico telling me this. Deep Silver is trying to get rid of other studios that don't listen to their needs, right? Deep Silver don't like developers that listen to their own community and even their own fan base what needs to be improved. You see how they went and cancelled the original Dead Island 2 and trying to get other studios to do it, but but some other studios fail because they can't you know didn't try to get to play expectation. And once when they used to announce was Dead Island 2, I don't play at all. I heard like it only sell like 1.6 million copies, and then it don't sell well because the fact like we all seen the meaning of it, of the messages, and also this virtual signaling non garbage again, this bullshit, which I'm getting pretty much tired. And also we come to community, many masters of the damn gamers and also the fans getting tired of that shit. And what is it? The journalists trying to like ruin stuff right now, and including what is it? Young Year, because I would say Young Year um didn't realize, and now you realize saying that, oh, it's Deep Silver gotta be one only one blame, but it's not. It's down to volition. It's both of them, both of
It's
those two.
both. It's
Yeah,
definitely both of them.
yeah, exactly, both. And
Well, like
you got these sick fucks around Twitter, including the fake fans, saying that people that that celebrate volition lost the job. They completely idiots and completely shame, and they're trying their best to remove people around the comments. Bro, let me say this, for example. Imagine, Revenant, imagine our companies all those years spent, all those years to ignore the community, and people want a lot of us, like the three of us, we need to like feel sorry for Volition. But Volition, since the early day one, since Saints were the damn third, fourth, ages mayhem, and to this bitch ass day, ignoring the community, including Deep Silver watch and smile and promote this type of garbage to everybody. And they say, oh, it's a great game. No, no, no. The media saying it, but when it comes to fans, when it comes to big majority of fan base, they're not happy with the game. They dislike it. And what the media trying to do, they're trying to do this, conspiracy theory and all these twisted narratives, saying that it's mixed reception. There is no mixed reception. It's
Yeah, the
man,
game fucking sucks, and the
yeah,
company
yeah,
did a bunch of dumb shit that no one wanted.
mentality.
in the end, they have to reap what they sow.
Yeah,
They have
exactly,
to
bro.
they have to reap what they sow because in the end of the day, like
Yeah,
Volition hired a bunch of activists that of they a lot of the original Saints Row 2 team was
yeah,
replaced. A lot of the core members of Volition were replaced.
yeah,
So
exactly,
most of
exactly,
the new people that were there, a lot of them were diversity hires, um,
exactly.
unskilled like lesser skilled programmers, lesser skilled developers. So ultimately, they only have themselves to blame. Like there are some people that definitely did get caught in the crossfire. There were casualties. There were some casualties of them going under, where there were some people that were just doing their jobs, some just regular programmers and whatnot that ended up losing their jobs. But a majority of the people were diversity hires, were um
Yes,
activists out of college.
yeah,
So
exactly.
maybe like 2%, maybe maybe a little more, maybe like 10% of the people that actually lost their jobs that didn't, like, that they weren't, that they didn't deserve to lose their jobs.
Yeah.
That was probably like 10% of the company.
But
Yeah.
most of the people there knew exactly what was going on and what they were doing.
Yeah, exactly. And guys, let me tell you this. Even though, do you know how the media starting like dick riders bullshit like Flippy? They want to post a lot of things in Deep Silver trend right now because they got nothing to say. They can't at least go investigate by themselves because they got the big source. Why can't you investigate? Why can't you, like, them trying to speak to these people? Not watching Flippy and viewing Flippy, but next minute they go start promoting like bullshit and also false narrative around his name. But basically, because Flippy been on the NDA with Volition, and right now, even though I saw him a
That's
video
actually kind of why I think like he's like
last week,
making
oh
it like, oh, it's like Deep Silver's fault mostly. When
To
I think
deflect
like,
blame.
yeah, because
yeah,
like they're both to blame. Volition was doing
yeah,
dumb shit even
exactly,
under THQ with Saints Row the Third. They did Saints Row 4. They did God of
yeah,
the Hell.
exactly.
They
Well,
themselves
I,
wanted to make Agents of
guys,
Mayhem, and
uh-huh.
it's both of their faults
yeah,
because Volition, even Flippy himself, even had brought to light that Volition was hiding and lying to Deep Silver about the progress they were making with Agents of Mayhem, and Deep Silver themselves had to come in and help actually finish the game and actually add in more features and more content in the game because they didn't, for whatever reason, they weren't
yeah,
developing
Volition,
the game properly where the publisher Deep Silver had to step in. And that's not to
yeah,
say that Deep Silver is innocent
Well,
because they're both equally to
e-
blame,
well,
but
exactly, bro.
let's look at it
Volition
logically.
is not innocent at all.
Let's
Right?
look at it logically though,
Yeah,
because remember that those people that were fired, and some of like especially the creative directors and shit like that,
yeah,
I'm not worried about the programmers because that's more of a technical job. So those people the good programmers will, like, the people caught in the crossfire, they will find other work elsewhere because that's more of like more of a technical thing. But like creative directors, writers, all these people that are trying to shift the blame, they're doing that because they want to secure their future, of getting hired by other studios. They're saying, hey, it was Deep Silver, and people from Deep Silver are saying, hey, it's Volition. So those members of Volition, when they, try to work for different companies, they can shift the blame.
yeah, exactly,
So to me,
exactly.
that's the logical reason why you would throw them under the bus, because it's like, hey, it wasn't, you should still hire us. It wasn't us that fucked up the game. It was Deep Silver, and they were trying to push all this push the narratives or whatever. And
Yeah,
also remember that this is not about, honestly, a lot of the problems in gaming are not actually about gaming. Like, they're not created because they're unable to create quality games. It's that a lot of the investors, and I'm even going beyond ESG here. I'm talking about more like the actual like people that are like at like Take Two
yeah,
and those kind of guys. They're
yeah,
they don't want to make a good game. They want to make a game that fits a criteria that they want as a money making model rather than the quality of the game.
exactly.
So like saying, hey, we want you to make a game as a service. So they'll say like, oh, you failed to make this game a good game as a service, so we're gonna blame you. We're gonna put all this criteria on you for this game instead of focusing on just making a good game that will make the money. It seems
Yeah,
kind of like backwards thinking,
yeah,
but that's what it is. So if same thing with ESG, like, hey, we want you to make a good game, but make sure you put these politics in it. Make sure you put these things that are going to get us ESG money, and that's what we want you to do. So now that the developers are tasked with doing that, and once they do it, if it's not up to par, if the people reject it, which usually they do, then they'll blame the company. EA is known for doing practices like that. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
exactly. Through years, history from years, damn ass years, bro. And
Mm-hmm.
also, guys, Revenant, if I was you right now, I wish I could send you a video right now. But guess what Konami did? Them bitch ass company. They allow another new interview with Silent Hill Ascension developers. But majority people want to see Silent Hill 2, but they didn't announce it at all. And people, and this guy, what is it? Remember this guy I tell you about the comment section? He 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 put like a lot of messages about, oh, Silent Hill's gonna come around September. Where is it though? I don't see it coming because they're
Well,
hiding it.
they're blowing their load way too early, and that's something that like really gets on my nerves. I mean,
Exactly, bro.
you're announcing a game that is in a conceptual stage. Like you're like, all right, we want to remake Silent Hill 2 remake, so let's just announce it now, for example. And then now, like, then they start development on it. You know what I mean? After they announce the freaking game, I don't
Yeah.
understand why developers need to do this. Why not actually complete half of the game before announcing it? Because remember that
Exactly.
it's not like this is a new game that needs all the marketing that it can get. People love Silent Hill. If Capcom just tomorrow says, "Hey, in October we're releasing Resident Evil 5 remake," you think that that game is not going to sell well just because they didn't announce it a year in advance? Of course it'll sell well because it has the brand recognition. So I get so annoyed when I hear them say things like, "Oh, we're announcing all these like 10 different games. Half of them haven't even started development yet, and then you're going to be waiting years. Why not just wait until you actually have something to show?" I find it like one of the dumbest business models people do, and it doesn't create hype. All it does is make your fans' expectations higher, and then half the time they don't even deliver.
Exactly.
So with Silent Hill, out of all the new shit that they're promoting, the only thing that I could see being like really successful is Silent Hill 2 remake. Everything else that they're pushing for like this lineup of games they have is fodder, in my opinion.
Because
Pretty much, yeah.
They announced a TV series, Silent Hill Ascension. Bro, let me do not want it. And instead of that,
Bro, we know what that TV series is gonna be. We all know
oh,
it. Like we know what they're gonna do. And like I don't even think I think that being hyped for a Silent Hill TV series right now is incredibly naive, especially in today's climate. We don't know where it's gonna. I mean, depending on where they stream it or where they decide to show the show, that's gonna also tell a lot about what the content will be. You know, we both know it's gonna be woke. We both know that they're gonna subvert everything, right? They'll be like, "Oh, this is what I hate too about Hollywood and all these people when they make shows and remakes. They'll say things like, "Oh, it's Pyramid Head," but instead of Pyramid Head, his head's a cube because we put our own twist on it. He's Cube Head now, and instead of Silent Hill being a town, now it's a city, and instead of the monsters, they're aliens. And then it's like, what the hell are you even watching at that point? They subvert so much expectations that I'm like, why the hell would you even bother making a fucking show about Silent Hill when you clearly hate Silent Hill and it's really a propaganda piece? Like, I know it's early to say that, but I guarantee you that show is gonna just be a bunch of subversion and
diverse cast.
Diversity bullshit. Not sticking to the source material. Not sticking to its own material. Then nobody's not gonna like it. But Konami been having this shit for years. Konami.
Yeah. Look at what they're doing with Metal Gear, saying that, "Oh, we're gonna put warnings and stuff." It's like, come on, man. Your average person that doesn't live on X or Twitter is not gonna give a shit that Eva has a little bit of seduction on her and shit like that. Like the fact that people act like this really bothers people is a damn lie, and it makes me sick because you see all these people virtue signaling, acting like they don't like sexy women, like they don't like gory action, like. You know what I'm trying to say? Like
Exactly,
these people act like they live in lie world.
They're like, "Oh, the censorship and the warnings is a good thing. This is what we need. These horror games and all these other games need warnings. What's the big deal?"
Most of the people that will play those Metal Gear remakes are hardcore fans. I guarantee you that the 14-year-olds right now in high school and younger kids, they do not give a shit.
Timmy ain't playing it.
Yeah,
they don't give a shit.
They don't
give a shit.
They're gonna see the graphics and gonna just like not even bother. It's really meant for like the hardcore gamers or people who've already played it and want to play it again.
Yeah,
it's not for like a younger audience. So putting the warnings is like downright retarded.
And I'm guarantee you the warnings are to me. This is my opinion of what I theorize. I believe the warnings are specifically for scenes involving Eva, because Eva was beaten up by Volgan, right? So they imply abuse and sexual abuse against her. And also, there are a lot of scenes that are very provocative that, Snake could like look at her, like very like, it's a very adult themed game. So,
bro.
So to me, it's like, they're going to put this warning, like the fans that are going to play that game don't know what they're getting into. You get what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Because I bet, let me tell you this, bro. I bet these, these trans activists and also these social justice freaks trying the best on the cancer. Because we all know how the journalists,
Transformers.
yeah, we all know like journalists is, and including Young Ye talk about Skull and Bones, and he's keep on following Kotaku. Labeling what Kotaku say, bro. Kotaku don't say what is it anything that don't make sense. The game's not even
Anyone who still follows or even like
yeah,
engages with Kotaku is fucking retarded.
Or even
exactly,
game
bro.
journalists in
Because
general.
yeah, it's like IGN and all of them. Unless you're just there to see like something being shown for the first time. Other than that, like who cares about what these journalists have to say? They don't have
I
any
mean,
valid opinions, and they clearly suck at games. They cry and bitch and moan about dumb shit, but then people like
Exactly.
us who actually voice our opinions about things that actually matter, that are affecting gaming and the world
mhm.
itself,
Yeah,
we're
exactly, bro.
being labeled as like, oh, we're crying or we're complaining about nothing. But then these motherfuckers can have dumbass, dumb articles about like, why can't this character be trans and why is this sexist and this game is failing
Or
women
when they try
and
to
and,
say that
and
Link,
gamers
Oh,
are
why,
mad.
why, why is there? Why there's a white man male
Yep.
protagonist? And also, bro,
Mhm.
remember Link?
let me
They were
tell you,
trying to say Link was trans.
nah,
That
Link.
Link could be a stand-in for trans or some crap like that. I remember like vaguely seeing something like that as well.
Nah,
Like,
it's the journalists, bro. They don't know shit. Even on
dude,
Twitter, they complain about what is it, Demon
mhm.
Slayer. They don't even like the bitch ass anime, bro. They don't like the bitch ass anime.
But you know what
Revenant,
it is?
even though
It,
remember with the One Piece right now. Guess what?
mhm.
All of us talk about the One Piece live action movie is doing success, and do you see how what is it? Chibi reviews trying its best to not even mention the truth. Why IGN just slam a One Piece. Why IGN just screaming at One Piece? Cause the fact like it hit to the original hard base, and the fact
I don't.
like the bitch journalists crying about the bullshit.
I don't even. I'm gonna be
I
honest with One Piece
yeah,
though. I don't.
Jim
I,
Pachi, I asked Revenant, even Revenant know it too. I sent a video
hmm.
of Chibi. Revenant. So what do you think of Chibi? Revenant?
Yeah. Oh, the video you sent of
Yeah, yeah.
him where he was talking about
About
it.
yeah.
I mean, he looks like Astro Boy for one. He really does. Like, if Genpachi as he sees it, he really like literally like his head and his hair. He looks like Astro Boy.
What the hell?
But he really does. But anyway, it's like
Yeah.
it's he's
Oh,
just spewing up like
old boy robot looking ass.
yeah.
Exactly.
And it's like at he's saying a bunch of dumb shit. It's kind of like
Yeah.
all those other people trying to like change the narrative about something, make it about something that it's not,
Well, look with that One
and
Piece show. Let's be
trying
honest
to trying
though.
to justify it, and it's like fucking ass. Who cares? Like these
But
these anime
but
adaptations usually
are terrible.
suck, especially how
Exactly.
it's handled now. Like if it was bad
Let's be
before, it's
honest.
not even any better now.
Yeah.
But we have
Exactly.
to really be honest. One
Yeah.
Piece can never truly be done properly live action, especially One Piece. That's like one of the worst ones to try to make live action. Like
Exactly, bro. You
like
can't
they,
you can't do that. You can't
that
make
show
live action.
that show is being carried by the hardcore One Piece fans that are just desperate to see live action One Piece. Like the quality of it is
It's bad.
terrible. Because like
Exactly.
look at Dragon Ball Evolution. Fans
Oh man.
Oh,
Oh.
it's
absolutely
horrible.
rejected it. Absolutely rejected. They were not Dragon Ball fans don't
Yep.
play that shit. Like Dragon Ball
Exactly.
Remember
Z,
Death
Dragon
Note?
Ball, Death Note, god awful. You
Oh
know what's
man.
funny? The
That-
Japanese Death Note isn't bad. If you watch the Japanese
Yeah.
Death Note live action, it's actually like fairly well done. And they even have
Hmm.
like a L side movie that's pretty good. But
Ooh.
we all know that the American adaptation is freaking god awful.
Oh, exactly.
They have L. You know what bothers me about L? It's not only that they race swapped him. They took a character that's known for his extremely gothic look, pale skin, and like
Exactly, bro.
iconic hair, and you
Yeah.
make him look like
A
just some
black
like
a black nigga. No, sorry.
Yeah.
They made him look like a random black dude. They made him look like a random
Yeah.
black dude.
Yeah, they just
Yeah.
took someone off the street and like, hey, you want to play out? It's like, all right, fuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like what the hell, man? Like that was one of the worst things ever. Like,
Awful.
Didn't make
goddamn.
no sense. Holy.
Like I can't
Yeah.
understand if L was just like or I'm gonna just be out and say that all race swaps I consider bad, but but if he was just like some generic detective looking guy, you could probably justify, like I could see how that could be an excuse, even though like they should never change him. But the fact that I'm known for his iconic look, like he has such an iconic, distinct look, and you do that shows me that they didn't give a fuck. That tells me that they didn't care.
Exactly. They don't give a damn. And also,
They didn't care once they started writing it.
exactly, bro. And also with I used to remember this movie. Even though Bleach, what do you think of Bleach live action movie?
I did not watch it, and I refuse to watch that.
Don't
That shit
blame
got
me,
like
bro.
they got like YouTube quality, like like it's good for YouTube but bad for like actual like high production. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
like oh, you ever see like those edits? Like I don't know if you know about Logan Shitwood, where he does like the Yajiro stuff, which I actually like that channel. And you know how he puts like the CGI, like it's like, oh, that's pretty good for YouTube, but not for like a movie that's produced by a company. You know?
I
Yeah.
forgot
Like-
it was even a Bleach movie, so that kind of like shows you like I didn't really give
Yeah.
a fuck, and probably a lot of people don't either because who's really talking about that?
Yeah, true.
I just think anime to be done like properly live action, you'd really need a high budget. Like for example, if you look at like Alita Battle Angel, right? Like
Yeah.
the amount of CGI you need to like bridge the gap between Uncanny Valley and like something that's acceptable, where it can't be too realistic because it has to like kind of resemble the anime, but also can't be so uncanny that it takes you out. You need an extremely high budget. You need like James Cameron money. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
no, but I'm serious. I'm
Yeah.
serious. Like, if they want to make like a good Dragon Ball Z like live action, like they really need to like combine CGI in such a way with live action, like something like Alita Battle Angel, which is going to cost so much money that unless like one of the directors really believes in the project, it's not going to happen. That's why like anytime a live action comes out, it's like I automatically just rule it out. I just say, all right, I'm not even going to pay attention to this, you know? And that's not counting the ESG woke shit that they're doing now with it too. So it's like double. It's like they double down on why you shouldn't watch it.
Yeah, exactly. Because to be honest, I'm getting fed up with the ESG too. Because even though if they don't have the ESG, it will done very good instead of the West, instead of the West thing. Oh, how the media can attack things, bro. And also they want to like recycle their way of saying that, oh, we're racist. No, that's their word. Go take that thing back. Yeah, don't check out we're racist. Take that.
Yeah,
recycle
they love saying that. Honestly, man, like people talk about like, all right, I'm gonna just put this out there. People talk about like race and stuff in games and movies or whatnot. Like,
Hold on,
here's the
I
thing.
can't hear anyone talk, so I'm gonna leave the stream and I'm gonna come back and see
Okay.
if that works.
All right.
'Cause I think this happened last time, so I'm gonna try.
Here's the thing I want to say about this, because I feel like it's important to mention and to be clear and to be very clear with this, because people love to throw out like, oh, this person's racist, this person's sexist, this person's whatever. Here's the thing: you have a character like let's take I love Dragon Ball Z, so I'm gonna use that as an example.
Yeah.
Let's say you take Goku and Vegeta, right? And they're known for having their iconic look, right?
True.
Exactly. You could make a live action adaptation of them, or like a new anime, and you can make them black or Hispanic or whatever minority you want to make them, right?
Yeah.
If you do that, the fans that have grown up seeing Goku and Vegeta are gonna automatically, most of them are gonna like reject it because because it's not who the characters have been portrayed as. It's not that they hate. It's not that they hate those races of people. It's because it's not who the character is, and then on top of that,
is exactly.
And we know that it's done to pander to a fan base that doesn't exist. Because
true.
I live in a city. A lot of my friends are black and Latin, and me myself, I'm not white, right?
Yeah, but Muslim and all that.
Yeah, I'm Muslims and I'm not white. So I have a lot of like most of my friends are like different races, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So here's my thing. I've never met a person that likes Dragon Ball Z that said, "Oh, I can't relate to Goku and Vegeta because they're not black or they're not Muslim or they're not Hispanic or whatever." I've
Oh,
never heard anybody say that. So this argument
that's
that people need to see these characters look like them is dumb. Now, I'm using anime as an
true.
example because there are a lot of anime fans that are more hardcore. They don't really
True,
care
true,
about
true,
like
exactly.
superheroes. They don't care about superheroes. So when you see something like oh, they race swapped this character from Marvel or this character from DC, they don't care because they're not invested. But if you do that to the animes that they enjoy, then they're gonna feel it directly in what they're a fan of. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
So
Don't mess with the fan base. Don't
mhm.
take shot at the fan base. Leave their original character alone.
Look,
Make who they are. Don't
remember the
change
Okay,
Resident Evil
the
movie?
narrative,
I
bro.
can hear you guys now, so we're good.
Exactly.
Perfect.
And that's what you're saying, which is good, Patchy.
Remember the Resident Evil movie?
Oh, I didn't watch it. I
The
didn't watch
recent
it,
one.
folks.
The recent one, they race swap
Welcome to
Leon.
Raccoon City, right?
Yeah, yeah. They
Yeah,
race
yeah.
swap Leon, and I believe they might have race swapped Jill
Yeah,
or
uh,
something. I
yeah,
don't
and
remember.
the other one. But
But
also, let me
but
tell you this: Penegate operative will hear it if we discuss about it. You know, Penegate operate with Wester and all that bullshit.
mhm.
Penegate, I would say Renegade operative, aka Penegate operative, will hear it.
Well, look,
The
there
the
are a lot of
the
pundits. There are a
faggot.
lot of there's a lot of people. I'm gonna put this out there. Remember, look, I want to make 2 points. The reason why I brought up Resident Evil is because I'm saying that if you look at Leon in that movie, he doesn't register visually as Leon. Like if
He
you
looks
Exactly.
look at him,
awful.
he doesn't like if I saw a picture of him in the movie without the RPD like symbol on him, I wouldn't register that he's Leon because the
True.
iconography of the character is
Exactly.
important. And for all those people that are saying that they want that, oh, that we just don't like minorities or whatever, where the hell is the Static Shock movie? Where the hell is the new Blade movie? Where the hell is the new Spawn movie? Where the hell is
True.
the, you know
True.
what I'm saying? Where are all
Yeah.
these things at? Why?
Yeah.
Because it's not that the fans that don't like the race swaps are bad. It's because the companies are so racist that they don't think that original black characters
Packy,
can
the
get
company
ahead.
are racist.
They
Yeah,
they
the
think they
company
think they
racist,
think that
bro.
if the character is not named Spider-Man or Batman and they don't race swap them, then people won't watch, which shows they don't give a shit about original black characters, which is
Yep,
horrible.
that makes them the real
Yeah.
racist because they don't think these original black characters can't sell.
I love Blade. Blade is one of my favorite characters. I would love to
Hmm.
see Blade come back.
Yeah, true.
Spawn is one of my favorite characters. I would love to see
Oh
Spawn
yeah.
come back because you know what it
I
is.
would love, guys. Let me tell you this person my opinion. I would love to see Batman Beyond movie to come back, but I just don't know because I just don't want to hear this. This push around. What is it, women agenda, and also what is it, subliminal messages and all these nonsense. I don't want it on that movie, Batman, Batman Beyond.
And you know
Don't
what's
don't
funny?
don't
Beyond
make don't
Batman.
make him transgender because
Exactly.
it's beyond belief.
Yeah.
Speaking of Batman though, remember in the Batman movie that came out,
I
like
don't
they
know.
had
I didn't watch
they
it.
I accepted Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman because even though she's mixed race, she looked like Catwoman. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
yeah, exactly.
it's like it honestly it can even not matter if the race of the character matches if they actually resemble the character. So for
True.
example, Leon's face model I believe is Latin or Spanish or something for the game, but he portrays a white character. But in the end of the day, he still resembles Leon. So Zoe Kravitz, I could buy her as Catwoman, but then they had to shove in lines about white privilege. They had to make Batman act like a bitch. They had to make him afraid. They had
Yeah.
to make him weak.
The
You had
usual.
I
because he's a
think
man.
this.
And
Bro, yeah,
Commissioner Gordon was changed, and
yeah,
Gordon was highly obnoxious. I'm sorry, like the guy's a good actor, but like that was very like jarring. When I
yeah,
first saw it, I
bro.
was like, what
Exactly.
the fuck?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. But let me tell you this, Yals. Let me tell you this. I see your post in the community post. What is it? Gem Party. How they trying to get rid of his 2 ears, trying to make him more like what is it?
oh
And
man.
yeah, yeah, Pike Man or Superman, wanna be Superman. bro, like a robbery, like my nigga trying to rob somebody. No, he's
Man,
Batman, bro. Where all these ears, these big ears? It's more better.
yeah. You know, they just like these characters, they don't really care about them. You know, they're owned by corporations, and whatever the flavor of the month
Yeah,
is, that's what the characters are gonna push.
these sick fucks. And
Yeah.
even with Miss Marvel, no, me don't give a damn fuck about her. Don't know
No, they don't.
don't know why people want to like trying the best to fight that shit off. And right now Disney completely fucked up, hugely fucked up for them living because they rather have their negative energy and karma around them with their bad quality, but not at least trying to be
Don't want to keep
understand
repeating the same
You know
mistakes
what's weird too?
and then blame the fans when it fails.
Whenever
exactly.
they whenever they have a powerful female character that's actually well liked, they fuck it up by making it about politics. Like
Exactly, bro.
an example would be
Rachel
uh
Zegler and also Harry
yeah,
Baker.
yeah, or
Both,
even Wonder
both
Woman,
bitches.
where the first Wonder Woman movie was successful and people liked the portrayal of the character. It wasn't like feminist preaching, but it had a good message, good action. Then the second movie was like just like total bullshit. And then like there are just numerous examples of like they have like an iconic female character that can do well, and then they have to interject some politics, and then people reject it. Like they just push it away. Like She-Hulk, people love She-Hulk. She-Hulk is a fan favorite in the comics, and they made that show. And when they made the show, they freaking you know, they obviously ruined it, botched the show. So whenever they have a character that can market and sell well that's female, they like cover them up. They make them less give them less sex appeal. They make them more preachy and boring. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
So
and even with that
Understand.
She-Hulk show, they were like, it was meant to be written this way. It was meant to be this way. It's like, no,
that
it's
last
not. You
second
just changed.
change,
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
no, no,
exactly.
no.
It was all a
It
lie. It
it
was all
it
a
was a
lie.
cult.
At the end,
the
yep.
it's as like I don't get why why they keep hiring, untouched people. Bro, hire a good people that understand the source material. That's what I do.
Well, you ever
I
seen
I the only the fan base community feedback, not the journalists.
Well, I think it's a little deep. Honestly, like I've come to the conclusion, at least for me, of what my understanding now is that it doesn't matter if it's good or bad to them, right? Because like, all right, look at BlackRock investing money, right?
Yeah.
BlackRock could lose money for the next 30 years and they won't go bankrupt because they have so much money through like housing markets, you know, all kinds of shit that like they have literally have infinite resources. They have more what's it called GPD. I forgot the exact terminology. I'm drawing a blank.
Yeah.
But basically, like the amount of money they have is equivalent to some countries, and not just small countries, like large countries. So they could like, for example, Disney could keep losing money, and ESG investors can just keep giving them money. And you would think, why the hell would they do it? But I realize that it's because if everything around you is woke, right? Like I'll give you an
Yes.
example. Like if every video game that comes out for the next 15 years, every single one has woke propaganda in it, eventually people are gonna you know, like weaklings, like I would call them weaklings because they have no self-control. They'll say, well, I must play a game, I must play video games. So because I must play video games, I now have to downplay the woke shit because I refuse to not play these games. I refuse to like,
Starfield.
I would refuse to stop playing games because everything is woke. Or with movies, if every superhero movie is woke, and fans, and this guy is like a hardcore superhero fan and doesn't want to let them go, eventually he's gonna say, well, damn, everything is woke. I'm tired of hearing people saying every movie is woke. So I guess I'm just gonna accept it and consume it anyway. And they know that if they keep on shoving it down people's throats infinitely with infinite resources, eventually it will be normalized. That's why people have to say
And
no to these things.
Yeah,
people
yeah.
will keep
That's
will be willing to submit to what's being put
What they're
out.
doing, they give up. I must play.
Yeah,
People say,
because they don't.
I give up already.
They feel like, oh, they're just tired of fighting over it, so they figure, all right, I'll just accept it because they feel like, all right, it's gonna keep happening, so I might as well just
And they-
accept it
and they won't give up their
and find
addiction.
ways to defend it. Yeah, exactly.
To defend their addiction. Like, here's the thing, right? Like, if I can't let, like, I love making art, I love exercising, I love martial arts, I love doing all these things. If gaming goes away, I'm gonna do those things. I can say no. I'm not buying these games. If gaming has to be something that I eliminate, I have to. I for the sake
Yeah,
of
exactly.
speaking with my wallet and speaking with my like mind and heart and actually resisting it, I have to
True.
accept that there may be a possibility where
Yeah,
I might have to reject modern gaming as a whole,
yeah, same
right?
them.
But a
Yeah,
lot of
exactly.
people can't do it because of their addiction to gaming and or whatever thing it may be. So inversely, right? Like, let's look at, you know what I look at it like, and I'm Reborn and Revenant. You might like this one because I know you're wrestling fans. It's like the Roman Reigns effect. You keep shoving
Yeah.
Roman Reigns in people's
I'm not
faces.
like wrestling fan. I'm also like what is it? Was it a Muay Thai fan or a Thai
Okay,
boxing?
Like MMA.
Yeah,
like Thai boxing, yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
Thai boxing. Yeah,
yeah. I've been doing MMA for what is it, Revenant? Like what, like 8 years now? Probably
yeah,
longer if you count like
Something like that. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
because
No,
even like when I was a
real one,
kid, I
bro.
was doing martial arts and stuff. I
Yeah,
started I was doing MMA specifically for like eight or so years, maybe even
yeah,
longer. I think like maybe like almost 10 years now. If I really, I don't know, for
yeah.
a long time.
And also, let
At
me,
least
But
almost 10 years.
yeah,
but
guys.
but
Right.
but
Huh.
before you make that point, I just want
Yeah,
to say this because I don't want to forget.
yeah,
The
yeah.
Roman Reigns effect is this: we want Roman Reigns to get over. The fans are rejecting him. We have all these other guys that can be
Exactly.
put in that spot, but we're gonna keep forcing Roman Reigns because we are gonna tell you what you like. And they kept pushing it and kept pushing it and kept pushing it and kept pushing it. And guess
Yeah.
what?
No,
Now,
no.
now within the last few years, Roman Reigns is a top draw and a top draw and like the main guy with this record title run. But look what it
Uh huh.
took them to do it. It took them like literally like almost like 10 years of them shoving him down people's throats when there were so many other things, other people that had to be held back for that agenda. It was literally an
Because
agenda to push Roman Reigns. And guess
yeah, because
what?
Exactly.
they,
It
they had a
worked.
plan set in motion and they didn't want to go back on that plan no matter what.
And
Yeah,
guess
true.
what? It worked because now everyone talks about how great Roman Reigns is. And now you have the terrible Usos. I'm sorry, they fucking suck. They're going to be. Now they're trying to push Jay Uso, who's mediocre, can't talk for shit. Now he's going to be. They're pushing him like he
Yeah,
could be a main
exactly.
eventer. And that only happened because they shoved Roman Reigns down people's throat. That's exactly how it works. They're going to
True,
keep
true.
forcing it until you get normalized, give up, and finally accept it. And then
And then you're
it
like, yeah,
finally
this is
clicks.
actually is good, but then
No,
it really is not.
Yeah. I know it's not neither here nor there, but the Usos suck. They fucking suck. Jay
yeah.
Uso sucks.
Them,
Get rid of
them
him.
suck for sure, bro. And
Oh yeah,
also,
but
guys,
I was
it,
I was
it,
I was gonna.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You go.
I was saying before after you, before
Right.
saying from that we need to talk about what is it about Hunger 13 with Saint or IP in future. But just saying what's best for them to like make a good open world game, because we all know like their gameplay can be little bit stiffy at the time, but when we come to NPCs with especially with Mafia and Mafia 2, they do
Hmm.
good NPCs, but for them doing the same to IP for us, we need ideas for them to like create a good open world IP. So it needs to be like proper good and also real gangster shit, bro. And also it need to have
Well, I
low
think with
yeah,
Mafia
script
is that
and like
it's more like grounded
yeah,
compared to like
yeah,
Saints Row. I think that's
yeah,
why
Yeah.
like the gameplay is like that. So if they were to make a Saints Row game, which I highly doubt because they're working on Mafia 4, and
yeah,
also uh, the publisher is 2K, and 2K I believe is owned by Take Two,
Mhm.
and I don't think that Embracer Group is also owns Take Two unless they do, but
yeah.
um
Because
so
because if
I have no idea how they would be able to like get a hold of the Saints Row IP.
yeah, exactly, bro.
If
Because
they
if I
could, that'd be great, but
look,
I
I
don't
would
know
say
if they
this
could though.
person, if they got hold of Deep Silver and both of them are shut down, they can probably take their IPs and give out some of the IPs to people to just get hold. Like for example,
Mhm.
like Hunger 13. Hunger 13 got the studio and Hunger 13 look at the disaster and the fall why religion been receiving most of amount of bad reputation around the history with between Saints Row and other stuff with Red Fiction and a lot. And when they take a look at the IP from Saints Row, they'll find ways to fix it. And personally, for me, I really want Saints Row to become like a grounded. Probably I want it maybe around New York, but they need to find some good names. Like they need to make us some good names, just like
Yeah, but
Rockstar. Like
I don't
all
know
the
if you know that I don't mean to
like
cut you off, but
antidote. Yep.
yeah, Deep the Saints Row IP is not with Deep Silver anymore. It actually after Volition shut down, I'm guessing Embracer Group gave the IP to Couch Media.
Yeah.
Yeah, they changed their name to PlayOn.
Sorry, I
So
had a bit of a
they're
technical issue.
no, you good.
All right.
But they gave
Okay.
PlayOn is now the new publisher for the Saints Row IP. So it's possible that they're going to do something with Saints Row, because why would they give the IP to a different publisher now if they're not gonna do anything with the IP? They would have just left it with Deep Silver and basically tell them like, don't even bother doing anything with it, just hang on to the IP and just have it there in case for whatever. But
Yeah.
since it's
You know
with a
what?
new publisher now, maybe there actually is hope that they're gonna do something right with it. And in my
Yeah.
opinion, they should just continue the series, make Saints Row 5, and just have it take place immediately after Saints Row 2, and have
Exactly.
it
That's
where
the thing.
where the main character, the boss or whatever the fuck, player, whatever,
Yeah.
uh, he
Sociopath.
yeah, he's like
Yeah.
probably like had a bad dream, and the bad dream was Saints Row 3, 4, get out of hell, and in the reboot,
Ignore the
he wakes
reboot. Just
up.
ignore it.
Yeah,
Act like it didn't
yeah, yeah,
happen.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Non-committal.
Exactly.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, yeah, have him
Ex-
like have like this a bad dream about Saints Row 3 and 4, and then he
Exactly.
wakes up and he's like, "Oh man, I had a terrible nightmare or whatever." And then maybe
Yeah.
like a character like Johnny Gad can probably like reference the reboot, like, oh, at least it wasn't like a reboot or something like that.
Oh
Exactly.
boy.
Make some good jokes. Punch it with Hunger 13. Hunger
But
13 take a lot of shots around Volition and including Rockstar with the edgy
you know what I think might be a
humor,
better strategy though?
things.
I think a better strategy would be
Yeah.
now. Like I'm gonna go off. I'm gonna go off a little bit, but bear with me. We Saints, as much as like that idea sounds amazing, I feel like it's highly unlikely. I
All right.
and well, just because
No, you're
I
right.
don't,
You're right.
I don't think they're gonna bring like Saints Row. The kind of Saints Row we got with 2, I don't think is ever coming back. Even if they make a new one and it's not woke, I don't think it's gonna be like Saints Row 2. It's just so unlikely. I think the better bet might be is for programmers and developers to come together, like maybe make a small studio, like so kind of like how Image Comics was, where Image Comics
Yeah.
they like had all
All
these
seven.
people.
Was
It
it
had all,
171 that game developer studio?
yeah, and what
Yeah.
they do is they make a game that's exactly what people want in Saints Row 2, in a new a sequel to Saints Row 2, and they make that basically like I don't want to say like a knockoff, but basically like Saints Row by a different name, and then through the marketing they just mock the reboot and they mock the
Exactly.
previous Saints Row, and that way
Exactly, bro.
they have the freedom to do what they want. Because if you really think about Saints Row 2, a lot of it doesn't necessarily have to be. It doesn't have to be Saints Row for you to get almost the exact same kind of content in game, right? So
Yeah.
why not just have these people? They self-produce their own game, aggressively market it, and mock Saints Row reboot,
True.
and
Exactly.
then
Yeah.
that game will replace Saints Row, and then
Yeah.
it'll be like made by a studio that won't abide by ESG, and in fact,
Yeah. Yep.
because in fact, and that's what I think creators should do now in general, like programmers, original creators.
Yeah.
I think they need to come together and self-produce their own content, and kickstart it, do like Indiegogos or things like that, and
Yeah. Exactly.
and replace the industry that way. Because like even and like you might think about like, oh, what about the censorship from like Sony or Microsoft or whoever? They
Yeah.
can mock. They should companies should publicly talk about this instead of trying to be overly diplomatic and say, oh well, we had disagreements. They should say that we wanted to have this in the game and Sony said no, that we had to change it. It's hypocritical, blah blah blah. So then get the game on PC, get it through our site. Then they can say, we want it on Steam because the fan base. A lot of people that play PC, they like games to be on Steam. Epic Games, from what I hear, kind of sucks.
No,
but the thing,
scam.
Okay, but regardless of what thing they use, whoever's trying to censor them, they should call them out for censorship and try to get the fans to be willing to buy the game on a different platform. So instead of going to Steam and Epic Games, who are trying to censor them, just have them buy it from their own site, from their own online store. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot more work, but it's the only way to protect your own creation, to protect and secure your own content and prevent it from being corrupted by these studios who are looking out for ESG and shit.
Yeah, true. And what is it? Yeah, because it's getting ridiculous to the point. Because right now I seen Revenant, even though about what is it, the both sides they do a play, but mostly it's just personally in my opinion. Even though I'm not a right wing or left, it just basically like leftist starting things. Like you got these degenerates YouTubers trying their best to ruin up, the gaming and a lot of things to make people just getting fed up and getting tired of gaming. How things ruin the characters, ruin all these dumb shit, and it's them just looking for excuse. And also,
and it's mostly done by leftists, and then which a lot of people don't want to even admit because they keep trying to like play both sides, so they don't anger either side because they can't stand. Yeah, basically, they had no spine. Where it's like they can't call it for what it is, so you got to tiptoe around the whole subject and be like, oh, well, they can't really call it for what it is. Just say what it is. It's leftist, radical leftist, putting their propaganda bullshit in everything. It's not just video games. It's not even just entertainment. It's all in society. You're seeing it in schools, all these other places. A lot of these kids ain't even safe from it anymore. You're seeing it in cartoons.
They're trying to normalize it.
Exactly, and it's like, why not just call it for what it is? You can even say like, listen, I'm not even like on either side. Like Reborn just said, like, oh, I'm not either right or left or whatever. You can still say that and also call out the bullshit that's going on.
Yeah, call that bullshit out, and even.
No, I'll talk. Go ahead.
Yo, let me say,
Oh, Y2 Viral, what's up, man?
Oh.
What's up?
Yeah, you want to join in, homie? Like, I asked Y2 Viral.
So, here's the thing. It doesn't matter what side of the political spectrum you're on.
Exactly.
It doesn't. But let me explain why. Because if there's a side that says, all right, either side, if they're like, hey, we want to like melt children, you're gonna be like, I don't give a fuck what side they're on. That's wrong. I don't want them to do it. I'm gonna talk about it, right?
Damn.
Like
what?
So don't melt the children.
Yeah, like it doesn't matter. So look, one side, I'm just saying one side wants to push that children make adult decisions that are influenced by people that are whispering in their ear at schools and shit, right? Because I'm not gonna like be too direct because you know how YouTube can be, but but they want you have a certain unionized group that's highly leftist. They want to be able to legally whisper things in kids' ears.
True.
Right? And then have them make adult decisions that alter their lives permanently. I think we all understand what I'm getting at, right?
Yeah.
That shit is wrong. And I don't care what side of the spectrum you're on. It's wrong. It's wrong. Trying to put all this shit in media is just
people
trying
should
to
be able to know
it.
what's right or wrong. It doesn't matter which side. Like if Republicans, conservatives is trying to push some bullshit, call out for what it is. Doesn't matter. It doesn't change the fact whether or not if you're like Republican or conservative. If you know something is wrong, just say it's wrong.
Yeah, there's a lot of Republicans I think are dickheads. There's some Republicans I think are dickheads.
Yeah.
Republican
can be dickheads.
I don't think
a lot of them.
Like, I'm gonna be honest, I lean more right wing for sure. I'm not gonna deny that, but there are Republicans. There are some Republicans. I'm like, all right, this guy's a dickhead, and there are some and a lot of leftists that I generally mostly disagree with. But
Boris is an dumb asshole or kind of a fuck face nigga. Boris Johnson.
Oh yeah.
Like, look.
Look, I'm gonna be honest. Like I said, I generally am more right wing, but like that's like your family. You can have a family of people. There's gonna be family members that you think are dickheads, and if they say something that's incorrect, you're gonna correct them or engage with them. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like you
Jamaica,
have to do that.
yeah, exactly. Jamaica got, less diversity people, but for example, they only got like Muslim and mostly Christianity as a
Yeah.
population. I'm but they got their side wrong at some of the times, but they love to blame both country like Americans and also English, which has some I agree a little, but not a lot though, because mostly they done bad too. Well, and even with the history around the slavery, it's kind of effed up because right now it's more effed up more than Doja Cat. And also, we got to speak about the Doja Cat
Having a
situation.
New York moment outside.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Have you seen the Doja Cat situation on the video?
I
How
only saw her
people
dressed like a
going,
demon or something.
yeah,
That's what I
people
saw.
going
Yeah,
meltdown,
that's the only thing I know of. Other than that, I don't know what else there is.
going meltdown. Hey, I don't like demon. I don't like demon. But you breathe a demon around every movies. Even
Bro,
they saying like they don't worship religion. Okay, whatever. But mostly, they want to do like anti-white and anti what is it goth type of thing, and saying things around every type of project, which majority people getting fed up. But I would say it's not that. It's just like the problem with why is a lot of white people know, but it's not just white. It's just everybody. But right now they're trying to blame white supremacy. But
you
that
cannot you
don't
cannot blame
yeah,
that though. No one
yeah,
can blame that shit anymore because look, let me give you a great example of why all this modern day complaining garbage is retarded. Excuse, I don't know.
exactly, bro.
I was like, look, here's the thing. Will Smith is a multi-millionaire, right?
Yeah, and he's a dumbass.
He's a dumbass. He's a multi-millionaire who's a movie star. He has
Yeah,
two children that suck. I don't care what anyone says. I don't give a fuck. They're terrible.
yeah,
They really
His
are. They
his
really
daughter
are. They're,
his
they're being
daughter.
carried by Will Smith,
But
basically.
listen, because I have a point here. His
that man
daughter,
destroyed his
her
damn self. Sorry.
his daughter could sing good enough. She can sing good enough, and his son can act good enough. But by the standards of so many actors that never get their time to shine, they are shit. And
Yeah,
because of the nepotism of Will Smith
Will Smith doing the damage control at least.
and also his name recognition
That,
allows his
that,
kids
that's why
to
we
to
doing the
to be
control.
successful. But guess what? What are his kids? What is Will Smith? What is his wife? What race are they? They're
Yeah,
black.
thank you.
So being
Yes,
so
I
being black did not hold back Will Smith from becoming a millionaire and setting up his kids to also be millionaires for life. In a truly oppressed country where you have no freedom and have no rights and there's systematic oppression, that is not an option to you. In the 1930s, when they wouldn't let black men box, that was actually oppressive and holding people back. You get what I'm saying?
yeah,
They wouldn't
exactly.
even let them. They wouldn't even let them box against white men back in the I believe the 1930s.
Yeah,
So my point is that the fake oppression that people complain about is actually a cope for their own inability to pull themselves out of the situation they're in, and it's
exactly.
not the fault of society as a whole. It's their own fault for not making better autonomous
Yeah.
decisions.
Oh yeah, guys, can I tell you something? Do you know what is it? Carissa Revenant. Who is this like champion undefeated boxer called? Is it Carissa Shields, right? Do you know Carissa Shields, right?
No,
I don't know the I don't.
I'm not really familiar with like boxes like that right now, to be
Can you say the
honest.
name again?
Is it
Yeah.
Carissa Shields? Carissa
Called
Shields.
Carissa Shields, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I believe
This
that. Yeah, yeah.
what this woman saying. This woman trying her best, to break, biological men and biological women sport, and she wants to challenge men into a boxing competition like a press conference.
They
And
should let
this
her.
is what happened.
Wow.
Let her. Let her.
Yeah, let her find out.
Let her box, not an amateur that is that's 30 pounds lighter. Like when they do exhibition fights with mismatched weights. Let her
Hmm.
box an actual man that's a pro, because
Yeah,
she's a elite pro. Have her box an elite pro in her weight class, and they should let her do it. Not because I want her to be harmed, but because it's a lesson. It reminds me of the Muay Thai
yeah,
fight.
exactly.
There was a
Exactly,
female
bro.
Muay Thai fighter, and she fought. She was a legendary female Muay Thai fighter, and she fought a middle of the road fighter that didn't even that had a bad record, and he beat her ass in Muay Thai. I
Yeah,
forgot the names of them, but anyone who casually looks it up could, because everybody wants to live in a lie delusional world. Everybody wants to be what they're not.
exactly,
The
bro.
sec
This
the
shit
And
is
second
try to
things
and try to tell everyone it's normal.
the second
no,
things
it's
get
not.
hard, the second things get hard in society,
Exactly,
everybody wants to change and try to do something else, right?
exactly.
Like you see that a lot of the laws in society is pandering toward feminists and women. So you have
So,
all these
Hmm.
men now trying to they want to have the benefits of being a woman
yeah,
because they're too much of a coward to be a man in today's world. And then you see them
Hmm.
doing things like, oh, I want to like they say like, oh well, I'm a lesbian or whatever, so they can't even commit to fully being trans because then they still want to sleep with women. Like it's a
Yep.
joke. It's an
I
absolute
know
joke.
it's sad, bro. It's
It's
sad
an
how
absolute joke.
yeah. Even
It's
what
an
is it?
absolute joke.
When you talk about it, it's kind of disgusting where they want to transition themselves. Sorry for the people got offensive. Girl, it's not your channel. But personally, I find that that type of stuff is disgusting, in my opinion.
But
That type of stuff.
Yeah, and
I
not
feel
not
bad
everyone
for
has
them.
to accept it either, because it's
Exactly.
like it's not
I
like people are wishing death on them, so
Yeah.
it's not the
yeah.
same
And
thing.
also, what about
Look,
people? What is it? They want to come after Doja Cat just because she promoting a satanic type of thing. But it shows you, y'all, not one of you. It shows you the modern culture is completely ruined, and they don't like it because leftists don't like
it's
anything
because
about.
it's because people are confused. That's what it is. Everyone's confused now. Like,
Yeah, exactly. Because
you know,
yep,
I feel bad for trans people, honestly. And I'm
yeah,
gonna explain why I feel bad for them. Because to me, being
exactly.
trans is like being schizophrenic or bulimic or having like anorexia. Like this is not something that you should normalize. You gotta help people understand that what they're feeling and what is biologically true is not the same. So,
Exactly.
example would be, right? You have a schizophrenic person who says, "Oh, every night I go to sleep and the radio is talking to me." You know, the radio is not fucking talking to them, so you're not going to tell them the radio is talking to them. You're going to try to help them because they need
Yeah,
help, and
yeah,
we're
Yep.
yeah.
trying. They're
They
trying
need help.
to they're trying to enable this, and again, this is my opinion. I don't care if people don't like it, because people aren't going to like you for anything in this world. So I
True.
honestly don't give a shit if people don't
Yep.
like
I
it.
don't
But
get
here's the thing:
exactly.
if people when people when people are sick like that and they need help, right? It's
Yeah.
almost your duty as a citizen, as a human, to try to help your fellow man,
Yeah, help
or
that
your fellow woman. Enabling this,
exactly.
it's like they're being taken advantage of by governments and systems, like multiple like, and that's why people, they always look at conspiracies like, oh, you think some guy at the top
Yep.
is trying to control everything. It's not that. It's that there are systems in place that are connected to each other, and it's like a much bigger scheme than just like,
Tanks.
oh yeah,
Tanks, exactly.
it's not just A equals A plus B equals
True.
C. It's A plus B, but then plus 7, and then
Yeah,
6 and 5 here. They add to A, which helps B equal C, and now we're all rich. Because think
yeah.
about it. Trans people help the medical industry. They help doctors make money off expensive surgeries,
Yeah,
lifetime,
exactly. We can't
lifetime.
lie from that because they trying to say, it was them, it wasn't them, but it is legit doctors trying to make them population.
Lifetime hormone therapy, which is hella
Exactly.
expensive. Like I said,
But
I'm in the
that's
fitness
probably
world, and trust me when I tell you that if you go on like TRT and shit, and hormone replacement, you're gonna be spending a lot of money. So all these doctors get rich. The government
exactly.
allows, it makes it easier to control, because now you can censor people. Now you have men on estrogen and women on testosterone. What does that do? It makes much more easily controlled people. You have
Yeah,
masculine women that can join the workforce, and now you have feminine men that are easier to control. So
Oh,
there's so many like factors at play that when people reduce it to like, oh, you're just mad, you're just this, you're just that, it shows you how delusional, selfish, weak, how they just wanna, they're just so caught in their own like,
yeah, modern society.
and they're so afraid of to fight against this
Yeah,
stuff that they're
to
willing
tell
to
the
cope with
truth.
it.
Yeah, to tell the truth. And that's what we happen because for us, we are not open our third eye. Open our third eye means a situation of ruining a couple of things.
You know, people like
That's
to say, there was a person, I'm not gonna say their name, but there was so anyone who watches me on YouTube knows I play a lot of tech. I used to play a lot of Tekken, Batman, whatever.
yeah,
And it was a person I used to play Tekken with, and they were from the Philippines, and we had conversations about like the woke stuff. I told Revenant about this, so he might laugh, but so we would have conversations about it. He was like, "Oh, I'm tired of all this because these people are oppressed." And we had multiple conversations. Like I was explaining to him that like women don't have rights that men do, and men like there's no right that a man has that a woman doesn't, and blah blah blah, and how some of it is perceived. And he said, "Oh, well, if people want to be if women want to be in construction, it's harder for them." I'm like, they could just do it. There's no law prohibiting them from doing it. They could say, "Oh, it's frowned upon by whatever." But it doesn't matter. If a woman wants to be a construction worker, she could do it. But for you to act like there are multiple systems of oppression when it's bullshit
thank you.
is a lie. So then we talked about it, and I'm like, I don't like watching a lot of woke shit and whatever. I try to avoid it because I find it to be poison, right? I'm going somewhere with this, by the way. And I remember he infamously said that he's built different. He's like, I'm built different. I'm built different. That stuff doesn't bother me. It doesn't affect me. So I haven't talked to this person in like months. I go on Facebook and I see that they changed them. They became trans. So I'm
Oh,
thinking like, all right, I guess it affected you more than you thought. You're not that built different after all, huh?
see, I,
You know?
I'm not being disrespectful. It shows how much they like. The thing is, it shows how much personally, in my opinion, most men can't even find a good woman because right now women trying their best. I would say this right now, guys. Right now, only find girls trying their best to like ask people in America would you date them and all these type of things. They're going crazy
Mhm.
right now. I see it. I see
But
multiple girls doing it on
yeah,
YouTube, going crazy, acting public. But to be honest, public don't even care about that type of shit, bro.
yeah. Because like
Yeah,
most normal people, like honestly, most men and women just want to have like a good life, find a good partner, have a fulfilling career, have a purpose in life. Like most people don't even want that stuff around them, and that might be
exactly.
and people will never admit it because it sounds mean, right? But
Yeah.
if people really were honest about how they feel, most people would say they
Oh,
don't even want
Oh
to
my
hang around
god.
trans people.
oh, he wants to be invited. Why too viral? You got to like create a StreamYard account. Wait, one sec. Let me try and
Oh. Now I remember this. Yeah, I remember you told me about that, and you even showed me too.
yeah,
Yeah,
he wants to be invited.
yeah, exactly. It all comes together now, right? You remember that?
Okay, let me try and. All right, let me. Um, let me.
But
Those he got like on Discord. Uh, I'm YT Pro on Discord. Yo, do you got your Discord username so I can add no YT viral?
you're so built different that you allowed leftists to make you become trans.
Yeah, they don't.
Exactly.
Ain't that funny? But anyway, that was the point of the story.
It's
Because
weird.
culture and society does influence people. Look at the words people use in conversation. It should show you how affected people are by culture, right? Like, oh, that's cap.
Yeah, yeah.
Y'all are wilding, right? Or bro, bruh, dude, where did that come from? These words, where were these words? Where did they come
Yeah,
from? You
they
know,
were added as
they came
virtue
from
signal
they came from
in
culture.
the public, but deep down inside, they don't like it.
Exactly. They don't like it. It's based around women. Oh, You're absolutely harming
Oh
women.
no, if you send it to him, he doesn't have to make. I don't think he has to make any. Does he? I don't think so.
Is it
I think
just me,
he
or
all he has to do is just
is there a delay?
put a name on there and an image.
Wait, let me try to put it there then.
Is
Let,
there a delay?
Mm-hmm.
let me try to add him. Hey,
I,
hey, YT viral. I posted on the comments here on the live stream chat. Join it and let me know.
I think like the chat is out of sync
Yeah,
because Revenant is. I don't know if you guys can hear me.
yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah, because Revenant is responding to stuff, but it seems delayed. Like
Oh,
I think.
put just put the link in the chat. Maybe you can get
Yeah,
it
yeah,
through the chat.
he got it. Because I'm almost about to, soon run out of battery uh, as I normally do. Yeah, but I want to hear his opinion. YT vibe.
Yeah.
Let me know if you're in. Give me a shout out.
Yeah, I think there's a delay. There might be a delay on the chat
Yeah, yeah,
audio.
might be a
By
huge delay.
leaving and then rejoining.
That's and that thing could be a huge delay because Streamer been having this type of you know problematic.
But yeah, like I don't know what's going on. But I mean,
It's easy.
Yeah, yeah,
but anyway, like in the end of the day, man, like culture is controls a lot of how people think, pop culture specifically. And
yeah.
like you look at it
I'm used to
the way
culture.
people talk,
Yeah,
look at how people talk, look at the slang they use, look
Mm-hmm.
at the like, it affects people. It actually affects people. So when people say, "Oh, it doesn't matter, pronouns don't matter, all this shit doesn't matter," but then when it comes down to it, when
they
it comes
they
down to
they
it,
they get emotional quick. Oh no, they put the points on identity, bro.
it's
Your
it's,
identity
it's
are who you are. You can't
it,
just silence
mhm.
people about their gender. You got to tell the truth. Because right now, it's like Revenant, for example. I got sent Revenant the message about this guy, the gaming muse. Like, is he like a man transitioned by a woman? But no, he said a woman transition a man. And right now, this guy got me confused in the comment section because this guy saying that, oh, this woman kind of sound like a woman, but it's her trying to best sound like a man. Yeah,
pronouns don't matter so much that they are banning people from Nexus mods for removing pronouns only for themselves because it's not an online game. So isn't that kind of funny how it doesn't matter, but if you try to remove it for yourself with mods in
yeah.
Starfield, they ban your account? That's funny, huh? I guess,
Which is kind of ridiculous, bro.
but it
That's
tells you. But all those people, they say, "Oh, it's just a pronoun. It doesn't matter." So why does it bother you that I made a mod to remove it from my version of Starfield that doesn't affect you at all? Why would
exactly,
that matter to
bro.
you? So
Why adding the pronouns BS? And that's the thing. I do not want this pronoun BS around my game. If I go out and take with McDonald's or you're my woman, I'll be saying to myself, what type of situation is that? I don't need to know my pronouns. I'm a man.
And bro, it's because they're trying to renorm. You know what it is? It's what we talked about earlier. They're just trying to make all this shit normal to people, so that it becomes like normal. So yeah, he's just non-binary, man. That's my friend. He's non-binary. Like they're trying to make it normal, like to in society. And if
Yeah,
people don't stop it, then it's gonna happen. If people accept it, it's gonna happen. You
yeah.
know, it's gonna
It's
become normalized. It's the
yeah,
Roman. I call it Roman Reigns syndrome. Like I said before, they'll keep shoving it down your throat so people give up and accept it.
yeah, yeah. True,
So
true. Uh, also, Y2 Bible, you got something to say? Um, is Y2 viral? Is yo? You got something to say? Hmm.
maybe he's adjusting his mic or something,
All right. Yeah.
or maybe getting something. I don't know.
No, I can't hear you. Y2 viral.
Maybe he's just getting his like mic or headphones situated.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I,
I almost got like 70%, but I'm trying to wait. I'm trying to wait until he gets mic fixed.
I would say that, you know, people have to be honest with themselves
Thank you.
and
I
not be afraid and not be too afraid to say what they really feel. And I think
exactly, bro.
there's a lot of peer pressure, and there's a lot of
Yeah,
a lot of pressure for people to fall in line and do what daddy government and ESG tells them to do.
yeah,
But you have people have to resist because what they're not thinking about is their children. They're not thinking about the way the future that these kids have to grow up in. You know,
exactly. Which is
so
kind of sad. But this, with some majors just stood up and
Yeah.
say, "Hey, we need to like be put. We need
Mm-hmm.
to be positive
Yeah, a
as
lot
soon
of it. A lot of pressure going on.
not you can't we can't be lying. We gotta speak the truth.
yeah, look, I hate to say it. It doesn't sound nice. I don't wish any harm on trans people, but most people would rather that they not be around them. And that sounds messed up, but I feel like,
Exactly.
in my opinion, I think that's true. And the
Yeah,
amount of like
true, true. I
the
agree with that one because I feel the same way.
there's a lot of leftists and vocal people on the internet, but your average day-to-day person, even like leftists that vote Democrat, like your average day-to-day person doesn't think about stuff like that. They just vote for Democrats because they think about like social care and shit. But like the actual like political agendas and things like that, most of your average people in the streets don't care about it. That's really just like a
Exactly, bro.
online thing. So, you got to remember those people are a loud minority. And again, I don't wish
Yeah,
harm upon
true.
them. They have their right. They can actually do whatever the hell they want, but they have to understand that when you decide that you want to have certain pronouns, then you're infringing on the rights of other people that don't abide by your worldview. So, example being, if I'm religious and I'm like, because of my religion, I am not for trans people, like Muslims, right? Like if I was a Muslim,
Yeah,
and they say, well,
yeah,
you
yeah.
got to call me. We work in the same building, hypothetically. And they're like, well, we have to work in the, you have to call me her. And I'm like, well, I'm a Muslim and it's against God for me to call you her because it's a lie, it's wrong. And now you have this clashing of ideologies. Who's right and who's wrong? That's why we have to operate from some biological standard, because that's the
Hello?
base of reality. Hey, Y2, what's up?
Hello? Yeah, wait, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you. Just to let you know, my battery's about hitting 15%. I want to hear your voice and YT Viral before I need to get going.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
all right. I'll make sure because yeah, but yeah, but my whole like my situation with the whole Starfield joining, like I wish we could go back to the male and female option, not we can focus on the pronoun thing.
Sorry about that.
Like,
Yeah.
y'all can still hear me because I'm kind of new at this. Um, yeah,
No, you're good.
I mean, Jim Jim Posse got like a point with the whole you know top children transition point. It, it it should not be like a it shouldn't be like a political thing. You know what I mean? It's it doesn't matter if right wing or left wing. When a child is being mutilated, it's wrong. Wrong is wrong. But you know, ultimately, like certain people in Congress shit, you want to make it into a left and right thing, even though it ain't supposed to. When you're ready, you got the D's on there. Yeah, I hear that. I hear that. I see it well.
Yo, King Tech, what's up? Hey, how are you, King Tech? Yes, my brother. How's things tripping? Cause yo, Revenant and J Party, like King Tech been doing the Discord for years. And guys, if I was you, go to his Discord.
Huh?
His Discord is so great. He's been keeping the Discord real, y'all.
I'll
Yeah,
check
Yeah,
it
yeah.
out.
My homie
Yeah.
doing it good.
Oh, yeah. So
Yeah, what's
Y2,
up, Keeter?
what were you saying, man? Because I'm trying to hear you, but your mic was cutting in and out. So what was the point you were making?
sorry about that.
Oh,
I Bluetooth. Like,
sorry about
I
that.
think I brought a great point about the whole child, transition joint because it ain't supposed to be like a political thing in the first place. Like it doesn't matter if you left wing or wrong or left wing or right wing. No child should not be you know having those type of like things going on with them. But people, it's not supposed to be a political thing in the first place. But people make it so. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah,
No,
Because
you're right. You're
yeah,
absolutely right.
yeah.
because
Because it should be like escapism
and
Yeah.
remember,
for everyone, really.
Y2, remember this fact, and I want to make this very clear, right? It doesn't matter your
Yeah.
race. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't even matter your political party because we're all humans. Aside from a couple of
Exactly.
people that are actual assholes and actual dickheads, most people aren't racist. Most people don't want to harm others and whatnot.
Exactly.
So
Exactly. True.
but we have to look at things from a point of reality if we want to have a better society, and that means admitting the bad and the good. And if we lie to ourselves because it hurts feelings, then we're just going to lower the quality of life for future generations. So we have to
True.
be
True. True.
honest.
True. True.
Exactly.
And no real progress
Like
will
for me,
actually
it's
be
like
done because everyone's
Yeah.
lying to each other and trying to silence people on what is really going on. Instead of
And
everyone's
look,
trying to create so much like division and all that, it's like it's not gonna make anything any better because everyone's gonna keep fighting each other over dumb shit instead of focusing on what's really going on.
exactly, which is systematic, which is actual oppression, which is actual systematic control, where they want to see it be a bunch of slaves. They people don't care. They don't care about what race you are. They just see that they
True.
have more
True.
money. They see that they have more. They want to have all the money and power, and everyone else is like an ant to
And
them.
sim
It
to
doesn't
the
matter your
company.
race.
That's the thing. The last thing before we want to like get up, they want to sim to the company. That's the thing to get money from them. But they're making themselves weak more if they keep on giving money to them. It ain't that great. So if I was him, I
Mhm.
should not have no money to give to neither companies that not gonna do up
Yeah.
the quality of product.
Mhm.
Simple. Or
Mhm.
no escapism.
Exactly.
Yep,
exactly.
Exactly.
speak with your
True.
wallet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speak wallet.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm. Sometimes
Yeah.
when you if you love people, if you love people, if you want a better world, sometimes you gotta be honest and give tough love. Sometimes you gotta do it.
True.
Otherwise,
That's true. Yeah.
otherwise, if you don't stand for anything, you let the bad guys win. Taking the fence sitting position, the neutral position, you let the bad guys win. Evil wins
Yeah.
when good people don't do anything, and that's always been like my take on it. So I'd rather people hate me for speaking the truth than love me
Yeah,
for
true.
pandering to lies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I never panelize because lies will
Hmm.
always be evil. I rather
Like
go for a lie that speak the truth, bro.
you
Yep.
know,
Hmm.
But
Revenant
never
once
ever pander to a
brought
damn lie.
like Revenant once brought up in his one of his videos, right? Once you lie to yourself, you become a victim, basically.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly, bro. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, guys,
People gotta stop lying.
I just
Yeah.
noticed my battery's about 12%.
So
So next week we can do it, and this time YT Vibe can join, and Jim Pachi, you're welcome along to join. Then we
Thank
Sounds
you for
good,
can
having
man.
me.
talk the stuff.
yeah.
I
For sure.
will tell Reverend what we are gonna discuss about. Then you can have your own opinions to discuss it with me.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll relay the information
Yeah.
back to them.
Oh,
Yeah,
Shameless,
good job.
shameless plug. Got to do a shameless plug here. I'm working on animation and digital art and comics that are non woke. They don't support any of the leftist crap you see in Hollywood, all the
Exactly,
bullshit
bro.
agendas. Please check it out. My channel's Jimpachi. Episode 1 of my
yeah,
original series is there.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
got some comics in the work. Have a ton of like crazy like gaming content that you may or may not enjoy. Check it out. Just got
yeah.
to put that out
I
there.
like
And
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Make sure y'all subscribe to Reverend Jim Pachi because Reverend do a lot of
And
stuff.
subscribe to Y2 Viral as well. He
yeah,
puts up
yep,
Yeah,
good
YT
like
Vibe.
wrestling content and all that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
yeah. YT Vibe for that content. And subscribe to me that I do like full extended
Hmm.
what you want, and also speak a lot of things about what's going on with entertainment. including
Yeah.
same with Revenant. But guys, let me say this before I go. Make sure you superly subscribe for Jim Patty because he's going to release a new fan animation film. It's not gonna be no politics. It's gonna be a great episode of you
Yeah. The
know,
first episode.
yeah, a great hero movie, which is cool, and I can't wait to see the next
Look
episode.
out. I'm down to buy it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it, guys, and thanks for having me on. It's a lot of fun, and it's good to like talk about these subjects and let all that stuff out, and try to help get people to
Yeah.
wake up and understand what's happening.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's
Just break
definitely a
down.
lot of corporate slave going on.
yeah, exactly.
Especially on Twitter. Like, oh
Yeah.
God. You know what I mean?
And
Literally have like a
including my niggas, like the most of blacks keep on crying. Oh, we've been slavery, that. Bro, y'all doing this for years. Y'all can't even
yeah.
get over it. Y'all keep on saying, "Oh, we're never ever being free." Get over yourself, y'all. Stop keep on claiming.
Yeah.
We've been slave. We've been slave. No, no, y'all not been slave. Y'all just want the money as possible from other countries. So
Remember, I always
yeah,
say you're not a victim to your circumstances. Your circumstances are a victim to you. You decide what happens. You make your reality. You're the one who has autonomy over your own life. So remember that, because in the end, when you put all the responsibility in your own hands, all the accountability in your own hands, then you're putting yourself in a position to take yourself out of whatever negative situation you're in and be better because of it.
Like,
exactly, bro. Exactly.
like
So
nowadays, you know what I mean? Like, or once something goes bad, or like a video game company sales going down, they start blaming like a bunch of people that they never saw, like a demographic, like um,
yeah,
scared
yeah,
or stuff like that.
yeah. True, true. By the way, y'all, um, this is Reborn, Gem Patsy, Reverend Remnant, IYT Bible. Right, I'm gonna go, y'all, because my phone's about 10%. I
All
want to
right,
say
same here.
Peace.
everybody.
Yeah, I got low
Yeah,
battery
thanks,
too.
thanks, Revenant. Thanks, Jim Patsy, for joining, and thanks, YT Vibe, for joining the,
All right.
Great.
the live stream. Next week, I will let you know because I'm gonna tell Remnant when you can come. And also, by the way, before I go, YT Bible, here's my Discord username. Before I go, I'll give it to you
Okay.
right now. Um,
All right.
let me post it out.
All right.
So it's Reborn 6067 my username.
All right.
Then you can I'm in Discord. Then
All right.
I will
I
send
make
you
sure
live
that
and stuff. Yep.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna call you back.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, but
All right,
I'm
guys. I
grateful
need.
to be here. So
Yeah. All right, guys. I need to go because my battery's about to die.
Same
So
here. Same here. So
yeah.
I'll catch you later, man.
Yeah. Thanks y'all for joining. This is your boy Reborn. I'm gonna go because my battery's about to die. And I catch you in the next live stream. All right. This is Reborn and signing out. Peace.
all right, peace.